Alright guys, welcome back to class. So today what we're going to do with the robot arm is we're going to quickly review what we did last week, which was adding these sweep functions. And so let's go ahead and find those things. I'm just scrolling down here. Alright, so first we created a sweep function where we're able to go from a small number and sweep up to a bigger number, and then also the reverse of it. So we called it sweep plus for the one going from a small to a big one, and then sweep minus for a big number to a small number. And then what we did is that we added the ability to actually set which motor. So it's like you want to move, you want to sweep plus on the base motor or the claw motor or the lift motor, you could set it. So that way now you have one function, sweep plus, that could sweep for any of the motors. And then we also combine it all together into just sweep. And so we would just put the start position, the end position, and then the motor. And then this code right here, this if stuff, this conditional stuff, determines, okay, is it a sweep plus? So if the initial number is smaller than the end number, then that means we want to go forward in the positive or the plus direction. If the initial number is bigger than the end number, that means we want to go the reverse of that, which is we're going in the minus or negative direction, so then you do a sweep minus. So we covered a lot of different things. We covered using parameters, so meaning these variable things here that go into our function, and the parameters allow us to do multiple things with one function, because we can set things like what number do you want to start at, what number do you want to end at, which motor do you want to move. So that allows us that flexibility. We also learned that you can put a function like sweep plus inside of a function. Like here, this is sweep, but we have sweep plus, which is a function, also sweep minus, which is a function. And then we have this cool conditional stuff, the if blocks, these two if blocks that help us do the right thing, whether it's a plus or a minus sweep. All right, so now we have that. We have these calls here. Let's just make sure that this still works, right? So we have sweep of the base motor from 90 to 0, 0 to 180, and then 180 to 90. All right, I like to just keep things simple. Let's do that, and then I'm gonna plug in here, make sure that we're good. So this is just for the base motor here. We got a sweep. And then 180 to 90. Cool. So that works. I'm not going to worry about the claw motor for now. That was just for testing for last time. What I want to do is, now using this sweep stuff, I want to find the perfect positions for each of these moves so that I can just cleanly grab this paper here. The other thing I did, which I recommend you guys to do, is I aligned it so that I make sure to put the robot arm and the cardboard at the same spot every time. So I'll lift this up here. Hopefully you can see it with the lighting. You know what, I'm going to turn off the light for a second. You can probably see it better. Yeah, so you see this tape here, and this tape here, and this little pen on the tape. So that kind of shows me, okay, make sure I line it up like here, and then like here. That makes sure I put it the same spot every time, because if I don't put it in the same spot every time, what happens is, turn this back on, what happens is that my code doesn't work, because everything's all off, because either my arm or my cardboard's in a different spot now. Okay, so to make sure that we don't get all messed up like that, let's make sure we do that. All right, so put a piece of tape, or if there maybe you have another method, but make sure you put the robot arm and the little cardboard thing the same spot every time. All right, so first thing I want to, oh, and then we got to turn it this way. All right, so that we can, it'd be pretty hard to grab it like that, right? So let's turn it like this. All right, so first thing is I want to go play around with these numbers to sweep my base motor. So I'm going to go from 90 to 0 first. Let's just do that. So I guess it should go from here to 0. Actually, I'm going to cancel that. I don't want to do that because I think this position's around 90. And I'm looking at it, it's pretty good. So probably what I want to do is let me see what's going on here. If I just do that. If you remember, I think when I first upload it and I don't set the angles, it automatically goes to 90. Which it does. It just kind of goes there. So you know what? I'm just not even going to, maybe just for clarity, to make things clear, I'll go sweep 90 to 90. What's that going to do? It's going to go from 90 to 90. Just basically do nothing. I'll put a little thing, a little motor is already at 90 degrees on startup. Just stay there. Okay? The reason I want to put this here, guys, is if I don't put a move, a base motor move, later on it might get confusing, like, hey, how come you're moving all the motors at first but not your base motor? So now at least you have it, this line here. It says, I do want to move my base motor, but since it's already at 90, I'm just going to keep it at 90. So let's make sure that this works. So basically the base motor will do nothing. Okay. All right, so now let's try to move. You know, I think what we should do is try to move the lift, the lift motor to align it just right. So before I start extending, so let me put this move lift motor into position. So sweep. Let's see. 90, 90 lift motor, because I want to move the lift motor now. And I'm doing 90 to 90 because to test to see if I'm right. I think all the motors are at 90 when it first starts out. So if I do this to the lift motor, nothing should change, right? So let's try this. And nothing changed, so that is good. Okay, so then I know that it starts at 90. Now let's go look at the lift motor stuff. Remember the soft limits that tell us what's the maximum and the minimum movement angles, right? So let's go up here. Lift motor max is 180 and the min is actually 90, so we don't want to go below that. Interesting. So let us then go a little bit more. So I can go up to 180, right? So for now, I'm just going to go up. Let's go 90 to 120 and see what happens here. So base motor. Very cool. It moved and was totally smooth. You guys, the angle's not quite right for you guys, so you can't see, but it's kind of overshooting. It's overshooting. So what I got to do now is I'm going to close this. I'm too high, So I think what it should be is maybe 100. This is what you guys can do, right? So now that we have this smooth motion, you can tweak these numbers. Alright, so started at 90 and then it went to 100. I think that's pretty good. So now what I want to do is I want to extend slowly. Sweep 90. I just always start with that, and now it's the extend motor. Okay. If I do that, it will probably do nothing because we know that all the motors start at 90 anyways. Okay, cool. So now let's look at the extend motor stuff. Extend motor 50 to 150. All right, now which number makes it go out and which one number makes it go in? I don't know, but let's try increasing the number and see what happens. So going back here, so I can go up to 150. I'm going to extend up to 130. And let's see if it goes out or back in. Okay, you can see that it extended out. So it's interesting, and I think this is where, because we're doing it so slowly, you can see what's going on here. Once I extend, sorry guys, again, the camera angle is not great, but you know what? I can maybe play with this a little bit. Right, so you know what? Let me do this. All right, here we go. I updated the camera angle here, so you guys can see this better. All right, so let me run this again. Okay. All right. So you see how, as it extended out, it actually went down as well. So that's something I actually didn't know until now. Like once you do it slowly, you can actually see what's going on. So when I extend, it actually at the same time brings it down. So before I was high enough, but now I'm too low. I'm gonna put some delays in here, guys, so that you can actually see this better. I'm gonna do a delay 1000 there, a delay 1000, so you can see each separate move. Delay 1000 as well. Okay. Okay. All right. See, that's that last move. You can see it like diagonally. It went diagonally down as well. So what I need to do now is I need to lift the motor back up. Or maybe this line right here, line 182, I actually want to start out a little bit higher. It's going to go higher, and then it's like it's going to look like it's too high, and then when I extend, it'll like naturally go down. So let's try that. Let's lift to 130 and see what happens here. Okay, so base motor to 90. Then I'm going to extend up high and then come down. This is pretty nice. Wow, that worked out pretty nicely. And then now what I need to do is clamp the claw. So then let's do that. Let's close the claw. So I'm going to sweep. And we know everything starts at 90 now. I guess I found that out today. So it starts at 90. And let's look at the claw again and see what the limits were. Well, we had it claw open was 90, claw close is 180. So close is, let's go 180. Or I can just use my variable claw close. Okay. Boom. All right, and then let's put a delay just because that's what we do now after each move, so we can see it. All right. Oh. Claw. What did I do here? Oh, I have to tell them what motor I want to move. Claw motor. Okay. And then I'm just going to leave the camera angle like this. You can't see the closing of the claw as well, but we'll see. I think you could, okay, down. Alright, man. I wonder how, you know what, it's not the strongest thing, but it's got some grip there. I think so the difference now is that this claw right here is actually straight. Before it was like grabbing it first, like the claw angle was maybe it was tilted like this or something, so it's not getting it a good grip on it, or it was like grabbing the top of this right here, which is not getting a good grip. So because it's going in straight as straight as possible, and then grabbing the center of the in terms of the height, like the center height of this cardboard thing, it's actually getting a pretty good grip. So now what I want to do is lift this guy, lift the cardboard. So what I need to do is use the lift motor, right? So let's sweep 90 to some angle. I'm just going to put 90 for now, and then lift motor. So the lift motor 90 to 130. So we know that this is the beginning, this is the end. So we know that the lift motor is at 130 right now, right? So how, I think, let's see how high we can get it again. Is it 180? Lift motor, oh, can go up to 180. So let's move this thing to lift motor max. Copy this. I'm going to go all the way to the limit. So, alright, so first we got to change this one. And this is where things get kind of tricky, because if we want it to be smooth all out, we need to begin the next move at the same spot that it was before. So the lift motor, we can go back. Lift motor, it ended at 130, right? So if we don't want it to jump to some other number, we want to start it at the same number so it stays like a smooth motion. So I'm going to go 130, and then I want to end now at lift motor max, which I think should pull this thing up. So let us try. I'm just going to start out. Okay, lift, extend, claw, lift it. Okay, all right. Still not perfect, but I think it has a chance to bring it over there. All right, so yeah, it has a chance. You know, if I had more time, maybe like you if I were you, maybe you put a little, like we talked about, some rubber bands or something at the claw grip to give it some more grip. But I think it still has a chance to do its thing. So at this point, what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch back to the top view so that you can actually see it bring the base motor to bring it over to the final destination. All right, give me a second. All right, guys, so we're back to the top view here. So now what we want to do is we want to then sweep the motor to this position. And I think it's a good thing we write these things down, right? Base motor max is 180, min is 0. I believe it's 180 is over here. All right, so let's give it a shot. If it's wrong, then it's wrong. We can always change it, right? So swing object to final destination. I'm going to sweep. I want to move. It's at 90 right now, the base motor, right? And then I'm going to go. Let's use my thing. Let's use my variable base motor max, which I think is 180, and I want to move the base motor. All right, let's upload this guy. It's gonna start over. Okay, it's reaching out, reaching down. It's grabbing. It's gonna lift. Now it's gonna, oh, okay. Totally went the wrong direction. Alright, so I was wrong. It's the other way, which is base motor min, right? Alright, let's do this again. Okay. Lift, extend, claw, close. Lift again. Great. Moving the camera so that you can see. And then we just have to open the claw. And I think we should be good. Let go of object. Actually, you know what I should do maybe is bring down the cardboard. So it lifted high, and so now I want to let it go down. And so, you know what, let me change the angle, the camera view again, so that you can actually see me bring it down. Alright, okay, here we go. This is now in the final destination, and what we want to do is bring it down a little bit. So I want to bring lift motor back down. So I'm going to sweep. Now the lift motor, it ended up at lift motor max, right? So I want to start there, lift motor max, and then I want to end at where it was before that, which is 130. So I'm going to like set it back down to 130, and that's the lift motor. All right, and then I'm going to open the claw. Oh, sorry guys, I should be putting delays here after each move, right? So I can see the move. You always want to put the delay after each move so you can actually see what's going on. And then I'm going to do it all at once. Sweep claw motor, or claw motor, where does it start? It's already, the claw motor is closed right now. So claw motor is claw close. That's my starting point, and I'm going to go back to 90, which is the same as open, and I want to move the claw motor. All right. Okay, so all those moves, I'm just going to leave my camera angle here for now, and then let's see. You should see it come into your frame once it brings it over. All right, it's going to let go and like recalibrate, go back home. All right, I'm going to put this back. All right, so right now it's picking it up. And now it's bringing it over. It's going to come into your frame in a second, okay? You brought it down. And it opened up. Oh, one else thing, just so you guys can see it, right? You want to be able to retract the arm out of there. So let's bring the arm back. So then I would say sweep the arm, extend, right? So let's, the extend motor, the last time we called the extend motor, we ended up at 130 and we started at 90. So I would say let's start at 130 and end at 90 to put it back. So sweep, start at 130 and end at 90, and we're talking about the extend motor. And then we're going to delay. All right, this is going to be beautiful, guys. All right, so okay, let's do it. So I'm going to upload. I'm going to put everything back. Again, for now, you can't see everything, but you're going to see it come to your frame when it's coming. All right, just got to listen to my voice. All right, it's going to go. It's back in its initial position. It's going out. All right. It's grabbed it. It's lifting it. All right, it totally failed that time. But let's see what would happen. It's gonna open up and then retract back. And then we're good. All right. So let me change the angle, and then let's watch the whole thing. All right, 1 second. All right, guys, I got this kind of weird angle right now. The perspective's a little bit off, but this is the best way I could get it so you can see the entire movement and the ups and downs of the arm. So now we have all our code in there. Let's try this out. Okay, I'm just press the reset, because you remember to press your reset, it starts the code all over the white button on the Nano. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, now. Okay. Okay. All right, moved it over, put it down, open up, back to position. All right, there you go, guys. Success. So the challenge this week, guys, is to go ahead and use the sweep functions that we made from last week. And you can see that it allows you to really, really fine-tune all the movements. You can play with these numbers, right? Your numbers will be a little bit different from mine. And just do each move one by one, carefully. Again, because it's slow, it's moving slowly, it's going to allow you to control things a lot better. And you should be able to do the challenge like that. So good luck this week. If you have questions, we'll talk more on Thursday. All right, take it easy.